So, I mentioned I was going to make a video series about how to win with Sub-Zero, but in coming up with what I was going to include in that video series, I realized I really needed to make another video first, a video about how not to win. Now, I know that might sound strange. I know you peeped the thumbnail. I know you see Serena pick right now, and you're thinking, oh man, are you about to come at me? And a little bit maybe. Listen, we're all in the same group here. We all love Sub. We all want, to be as good as we can to be with Sub. We want to be viable with Sub. But I truly believe that Serena's existence in the MK1 meta for Sub has actually not been good. It's actually distorted perceptions of where Sub is. And I want to say, first and foremost, I get it. I understand how this happened. Imagine, if you will, that we go back to the beta where Sub was amazing because he had more damage, or even right as it released, and you pick up Sub because you love Sub and you're like, all right, I'm ready to do some stuff. And you go in and you hit your first string and it doesn't combo on the ice ball. And you're like, that's weird. Oh, none of these combo on the ice ball? How do I get combos? Well, I got this weird Vapors move, but that combos. But can I get a combo after it? Initially you couldn't. Okay, that doesn't combo. Wait a second, I gotta spend a bar? I gotta use a bar of meter to do a combo? That sucks. That's ass. So what do? We go, oh, I guess the cameo is meant to extend it. Oh, and yeah, Serena. Oh, Serena extends this real nice and ends up doing lots of damage for me. Oh, that's great. Then we check out the mix, because we played MK11. We're used to having an amazing overhead. We use this and we're like, wait, 24 frames? That's trash. Anyone can react to it. I mean, yeah, it launches, but that's terrible. Okay, I got a low. Oh, but wait, the low doesn't combo? And that doesn't combo either, at least on to certain cameos. So what am I supposed to do with this? And it's 13 frames. Wait, that's an 11 frame difference. I'm not gonna be able to mix people up with this. So what do? We're like, oh, well, Serena, I don't need to actually hit confirm because I can call her and then I'm relatively safe. Yes, certain characters have some tech like Garrus where it can pop up in between, freeze you, but for most characters, you can be doing this and they're not really gonna be able to punish you outside of poke. You can do this. And even though they block Serena, they're not really going to be able to punish you a lot. So it's like, okay, yeah, maybe my mix is ass, but at least it's basically safe, right? So I'm actually hitting for pretty strong damage, especially if I use like 2 Serenas. I'm hitting for, 40%. That actually doesn't seem too awful. Okay, this is looking all right. So yeah, I'm hitting for like 42, 43%. Using a rechargeable resource. I get to safely do my low, safely do my overhead. That all seems good. Also, my buttons, yeah, they seem to suck. They seem to have just trash range. Oh, but Serena, oh, look at this. I can hit somebody from anywhere and then at least follow up with a slide. I got a full screen presence now, and considering that my projectile, wait, that doesn't go full screen? And wait, this is 39 frames? What is this low tier trash? At least with Serena, oh, I got something I can do full screen now. Okay, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better about life. So all of that is understandable. I get how all of that happened. And then you get excited because you're like, oh, wait, not only do I have that, but there's so many gaps in this game that when somebody does a gap, now with this reversal system with cameos, yeah, that's great. And if anybody out there is like, whoa, what was that? What it is certain cameos have a special reversal quality that can be used on wake up or in the middle of strings. And you might have noticed I took no damage from that second hit. It's not like armor where you tank a hit and then hit the opponent. You just blow through them. So Serena's is one of the best because it's the fastest. It's only... Oh, I hate up cameos. There we go. So 20 frames, actually one of the faster ones, so she can blow up a lot of those gaps, and she's really good to use. On Wake Up, you can even use her at the end of strings to kind of knock the opponent, hit the opponent, and that's good. Because they're thinking, oh, this string is over, they're not going to press anything else, or I'm going to blow up the gap, and you can do this, you're only -3. -3 is amazing. You can potentially even back up before they're ready to do something because they're surprised you called Serena. Not only that, but in combos, you're like, oh, wait a second. Serena also has this cool freeze. I mean, not a freeze. Serena has this cool portal she can do. That's the new version of Portal. But she's got this like ward she can put out there. which is this, and that's going to take their meter, so I can freeze them, get their meter, I can put them in the corner, get the meter, and now with the new one, I can get meter back, I can do more damage. This is amazing. Life is amazing, right? So, okay, like all of that is to show that the mindset of Serena players makes perfect sense. I totally get how all that happened. The problem is, when you do all that, you're left with a mid-tier to low mid-tier character, because your buttons still suck. And this glaive setup, 26 frames is not fast enough to punish people unless they're doing something crazy punishing. So what are you doing? You're using the glaives to extend your already ass buttons, so you still got to get the hit. Or you're trying to use them here and you're just praying. Right? Like, come on, do something. Twitch for me. And listen, they will, because in this game, dashing, you got to like crouch to get the dash block in. Dash blocking isn't like it was in, say, MK9. So there's plenty of times where the opponent is forward dashing toward you. You happen to throw out this, and so you snag him. And you're like, yeah, I got a combo. So you're going to get your hits. But it's all based on stuff that's not that good. Because you can't, on reaction, punish people with Serena. Your buttons are still not doing you many favors. Trust me, I played plenty of cameos where I got to get up here and actually fight somebody, and it's not fun as sub, all right? And yeah, you can steal their meter. That's cute. That's cool. But you're not using the main tools that Sub-Zero has in MK1, at least not in my opinion. The main tools Sub-Zero has is the slide. You cannot combo from the slide with Serena. Armored launcher, 2 different versions now of that armored launcher. We got the held one, we got the non-held one. Serena can't combo from either of those. The only thing you're getting when you knock somebody out of a gap is that. You're not getting a full combo. So you're not getting to leverage slide at all, really. Yeah, you still get to use slide and use that for pressure, which I'll talk about in the how to win videos, but you're not getting to combo off of slide, which is one of Sub-Zero's biggest strengths in MK1, because MK1 has this cameo system that allows you to extend a slide after it hits. Also, with the clone, well, before I get to the clone, you're also not really getting to mix up that effectively. Yes, you've got a low, yes, you got an overhead, but a true mix is only a few frames apart. And that's what stops the opponent from being able to fuzzy it. Something like this, that's 13 frames or 24 frames, that's an 11 frame difference. The opponent, either they can just learn to fuzzy it, or they can just look at it. They can block it based on reaction, because they can start low and see the overhead coming. Now, the online for this game, yeah, sometimes it's pretty ass. So you're going to get away with mixing people with this overhead and low because online isn't that good, at least not in a lot of cases. But if you're fighting offline or in a good connection against a good player, they're just going to block that. You're generally not going to catch them with that. So Serena is not really giving Sub-Zero mix like you would want if you're, let's say, an MK11 player, all right? In terms of the clone, I agree Serena does the most for the clone. That's where I would say Serena is going to shine in terms of the core archetypes for Sub-Zero. So sure, yes, absolutely. In the corner, being able to do stuff like this while you're comboing, while you're keeping them locked down, it's stealing a whole meter from them, stopping them from being able to break. I know people out there right now are like, old man, you're a fraud. I have won so many games because I used Serena and I pulled their bar away and they couldn't break. You can definitely win with Serena. If you are a solid player, yeah, you're going to beat people that aren't as good as you. If you can out-footsie them with worse buttons than they have, which you probably are, yeah, you can win. And you do still have the clone. The clone is still good. You can still be using that to catch people in a way they don't expect and then combo them. And when you get the hit, you're doing more damage with Serena. But if you've ever been out there thinking, man, it's so hard to get the hit, it's so tough to open somebody up while I'm playing with Serena. Yeah, it is. Because your buttons are how you're starting your combos with Serena, unless you just get lucky and clip somebody, and your mix isn't any good. So you're really not shining until you get to here. And honestly, old clone gave you some things. I mean, it definitely had the loopable, and that was nice. And with certain ranges, yeah, you could get the throw. But you still really want to be able to do more mix-ups in the corner. Like, it would be nice if you had more of a mixed character or a setup character like a Darius or a Janet, who's going to even make that corner scarier, or a Cyrax who does blow-up damage in the corner. Like, if you really want to be that corner lockdown type of player, really think you should be using those other cameos instead. I will say again, though, Serena, especially with this, and with the new one, it's got some stuff. Like, it's cool. Like, you can be hitting higher damage, for sure. But I think you're really hampering the majority of your gameplay because you're still forced to use these buttons that are, for the most part, not that great. So that's it. That's it for this video. I think that if you've been a Serena player, you've become a very fundamentally strong player. Like, you know subs buttons inside and out because you had to in order to get that hit. And that is only going to help you when you transition to another cameo that's going to let you maximize the slide, or maximize true mix, or really give you a lot of lockdown pressure. Like, you can think of the time you spent with Serena, like you had weights like Rock Lee on your legs, all right? And you're going to get to take those weights off and pick a cameo that's going to let you enforce one of the game plans that sub is actually very strong with in MK1, whether that's a slide focused approach like Unbreakable, whether that's an up-close mixed focused approach, or that's a corner Grandmaster style approach. Serena, I think, does not excel in any of those three areas, and you're going to continually feel like you're playing a mid-tier character or worse using Serena for the rest of this game's lifespan. Now, play what you want, enjoy yourself, have fun, but if you are struggling or your main goal is winning, I urge you to check out my next videos where I talk about how I think you can win the best. And listen, shout outs to the great sub players that have rocked Serena in tournaments and done well. Yes, I'm looking at you, Limbo Dog. We're looking at Lin Kuei Master. There's people that have made this work. Sikander, of course, and tons of stuff with Serena. So I'm not looking to take anything away from those. In fact, I'm saying that those people are going to perform even better because Serena, I think, to a degree, has been holding back their ability to really maximize this character, and we're going to see even, better things in the future as people are experimenting with all the cameos that this new patch allows sub to synergize with. There it is all. Of course, shout out, let me know what you think in the chat. Do you completely disagree with me? And of course, come back next time for the How to Win portion of the series, where I dig in to the best cameos and the strategies that really maximize the strengths Sub-Zero has in this game.